What's up, boys? Got some more NBA player props for you guys today over on PrizePicks. PrizePicks, my favorite website for some player props. Today we're talking some NBA though. If you guys are already on PrizePicks, I highly recommend joining. Use my code DOMG when you guys do go ahead and sign up. Make your first deposit 100% up to $100, available in most states. Appreciate it because it helps me out, helps you guys out as well, and you guys do go ahead and sign up. Again, first time deposit match 100% up to $100. Let's go ahead and talk about some of these player props today. Yesterday was 2-2, so not as good. But Fox went over 23.5 pretty easily. Royce O'Neal went over 6.5, which was insane. He didn't have any points in the entire first half. Between the 7-minute mark, I believe, and like the 3:15-minute mark, he scored 10 points. It was insane. Royce O'Neal, man, he clutched up. But then Nikola Vucevic failed by half an assist, and Trae Young failed by half a rebound, so that kind of sucked. But 2-2 day. Yesterday, personally, wasn't that great for me either. I broke even. 3-3 yesterday, so not the greatest, but hey. I only ended up playing one prop from the video yesterday. I really don't know why I hopped off Fox. I'm pretty mad at myself for that, but I switched over to De'Aaron Fox assists late last night, and that ended up working out too. But yeah, then I went with Royce O'Neal personally too, so that helped out. But yeah, let's talk about some player props today. We're probably going to do some celebrity basketball at the end because they got celebrity basketball props on the board. This is the last time you guys are probably going to see me in a video. I might do celebrity basketball tomorrow just to mix it up and be a little bit fun. But otherwise, you guys might not see me until like next Thursday because we don't have any basketball until next Thursday, which is crazy. It sucks. All-Star break. I might do something for the All-Star game too, but we'll see. We'll just screw around with some stuff, I think. But we got to get a little bit serious here with some NBA, at least for today, and then we'll start screwing around with some celebrity basketball. But yeah, just make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your post notifications. Those are things that would help me out. Suppose you guys would do those 3 things. So yeah, we're on the road, man, to 5,000 subs at this point. So you guys have really grown this channel, and I seriously do appreciate you guys. But let's go ahead though and talk about some of these player props here. So I only got 3 for you guys today because, to be honest, today it was kind of hard to research for a little bit. I did not see that much value, at least early on the board. And always keep in mind to do your own research because not all of these make it final. I only played 1 player prop from my video yesterday personally. It was one that hit. But, I mean, not everything makes it to my final picks at the end of the day. I mean, this is early recording. It's 11:35 in the morning. A lot of stuff changes. A lot of odds change throughout the day. So just always keep that in mind. I always recommend locking your picks a little bit later in the day, unless you think my lines are going to move. But, yeah, just always do your own research. Don't go off of directly just what I say. But let's talk about an assist prop here. We're going to go ahead and go with Jrue Holiday here. So, Jrue Holiday, he's interesting. So, 6.5 assists here is what he is at. Facing Philadelphia, he's been on kind of a tear, man. He's 13 assists, 10 assists, 4 assists, 6 assists, 8 assists. So he's been dishing the ball out quite a lot. He's facing Philadelphia tonight at 8:30 p.m., averaging 8.2 assists in his last 5 games. Let's take a look at this game here. So it's at 8:30 tonight, like I said. It's a 6-point spread, which hopefully should not blow out, although Philadelphia just got blown out by 50 to the Boston Celtics. So you really never know. This is a National Blowout Association. We'll see. But it's a 224.5 over-under, which is pretty healthy. I kind of like, as long as it's like over 220, I really don't mind it. If it's over like 230, that's when I get really happy about it. But between 220 and 230, I kind of like a lot. But let's go ahead, though, take a look at this matchup here for point guard assists versus the Philadelphia 76ers. This website is called Fantasy Pros FanDuel NBA Defense versus Position. And this website is called Rotowire NBA Starting Lineups. So if you guys are interested in using any of these websites, let's take a look at season-long assists versus the point guard assists. So assists here to the point guard position. Philadelphia is a little bit on the tougher side for sure, at least season-long. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're allowing the 9th least amount of assists to the point guard position so far this season per FanDuel NBA Defense versus Position on Fantasy Pros. Last 7 games, though, they definitely get a little bit easier here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're allowing the 9th most assists now in the last 7 games to the point guard position. So they completely flopped. They flip-flopped. So 9th least amount of assists season long, 9th most last 7 games. So it's been a lot easier recently, which is a good spot for Jrue Holiday. So if you guys do take more of a look at this one, though, I wrote down some notes on Jrue Holiday. He's a minus 138 to hit this over. He's hit this prop 50% this season. He's hit this 7 out of 10 in his last 10 games, but he had 6 last matchup, which was November 9th. But he also only played 31 minutes in that game. And he's been playing around like 33 to 38 minutes in the last 5 games. So he should hopefully see a little bit more minutes, which should hopefully be able to dish the ball a little bit more. But also, hopefully this game doesn't blow out. I'm just kind of worried about because of the Boston game. But I don't know. It's definitely an interesting spot. What was I going to say? I was going to say something. Oh, with the All-Star break coming up too, though, I think there's a possibility he plays even more minutes because it's the All-Star break. He'll have a lot more time to rest. So that's another good spot potentially for Drew Holiday. But all right, let's move on to a rebound prop here, and then we'll hop into a PRA. So we do have one under today. It's going to be the PRA. But let's take a look at Middleton here. So I like Chris Middleton here over... I'm sorry, I didn't mean Middleton. I meant Bobby Portis. I don't know why I pulled up Middleton. I was thinking about Middleton in the All-Star game for some reason. But anyways, Bobby Portis here over 7.5 rebounds here. So he's averaging 10 in the last 5 games. 14, 9, 9, 7, and 11. So he kind of went on a stretch a little while where he was not rebounding the ball very, very well. But he's kind of picked it up a little bit here. He's done pretty well the last 3 games. Really kind of the last 5 games. He didn't do as well against the Lakers, but only missed by half a rebound. But let's take a look at this here. So he's a minus 132 to hit this over. He's hit 64% this season. He is 4 out of 10 in his last 10 games. So like I said, he went on a pretty bad stretch, but now he's picked it back up. But he did have 10 in the last matchup, which was November 9th. So again, staying on the page of this Bucks game. I'm going to switch to another game after this. But let's take a look at the center going against the Philadelphia 76ers for rebounds. Again, 6-point spread, 224 over-under. Let's take a look here. So center season long against the Philadelphia 76ers. So the 76ers here are definitely one of the harder teams. I mean, it's Joel Embiid, man. So allowing the 5th least amount of rebounds to the center position. So do kind of have to take that into account a little bit. 76ers in the last 7 games are still really in that range. They stay kind of consistent, allowing the 6th least amount of rebounds to the center position. So it's definitely a weird spot for Bobby Portis. Probably not my favorite of the day. I'd say probably Drew Holiday is my favorite of the day. And then probably this and the next one is kind of tied. Again, I'm not a big fan of today, at least early look. So just always look into these yourself. Because again, a lot changes throughout the day. But yeah, it's definitely an interesting spot. It's a really tough matchup, but they bumped the number down because of that. So I do think he can get it done today. It's only 8 rebounds for Bobby Portis. So, but he did go on that bad stretch. Definitely picked it back up. But we'll see if he can continue this stretch. He had 14 last matchup. So we'll see. But all right, let's take a look at a PRA here. Let's go with LaMelo Ball. So I like him a little bit under 34.5 PRA. I've seen a couple other people on this, and I'm on it too. I like taking the unders on point guards against Miami because they're a really, really tough defense. So I was already looking into this one, but this was the first one I had on my list today. But I don't. He's probably my least favorite out of the 3. I always like all the player props I post, but 4.5 point spread, 225 over under, so it's healthy over under. Kind of a healthy spread, so not exactly favorable for a under, but it's really not that bad. So not really anything to super worry about. But LaMelo Ball here, point guard, going against the Miami Heat. I think the Heat the Hornets are a very, very fast-paced team, and the Miami Heat, I like to think, are a little bit of a slower-paced team. So that's kind of the over/under is kind of just sitting right there in the middle at 225. But let's take a look though at point guard going against the Miami Heat. Actually, I got to tell you guys some of my notes here. So he's a minus 104 to hit the under. So that's something to note. He is a minus 104, so he's the favorite to hit this over. So that's something that's kind of sketchy, but he is 50% this season. He is 5 out of 10 in his last 10 games, so really just in the middle there, 50%. He had 17 in the first matchup versus Miami and 21 in the second. And the second matchup was February 5th. So really recent game, which was, 12 days ago, he just dropped 21, and he's going to need 35 today to hit this over. So it's definitely an interesting spot. Let's take a look at this, though. Point guard. We're going to go by FanDuel, but we'll break this down even more. But FanDuel points, but I mean, look at this. They're great season long at guarding points, rebounds, and assists to the point guard position. They are a great point guard defense. They are really good at shutting them down. So allowing the second least points season long. They are allowing the least amount of rebounds season long. And assists, they are allowing, 6? Yeah, the 6th least amount of assists season long. So they're really good at limiting point guards. So last 7 games here. Let's take a look at this, though. The Miami Heat are definitely a lot easier, though, recently. So that's definitely something to note. So, I mean, they're probably about the 14th, 15th most points allowed to the point guard position. So it's not overly easy, but is still, I don't know. Miami Heat here, definitely still in that, probably 13th, 14th range, I'd say. And then assists here, I believe they still are limiting them. So they're still limiting a lot of assists, the 6th least amount of assists. So maybe even under his assists, but I haven't looked into his assists at all on the under, so he is coming off a 6 and a 2, so I don't know. It's an interesting spot here. I feel like PRA is a lot harder to hit than just points, but I don't know. It's an interesting spot. I feel like LaMelo Ball, I have to look a lot more into this one. I'm thinking either under assists or PRA still, but I'll have to look into his assists a lot more. But let's take a look at the last 7 games, really just kind of a total here by FanDuel. And yeah, this going by fantasy points are kind of on the easier side. So that's factoring in steals, blocks, and turnovers. So you really, for PRA, can't go off of fantasy score, but I'm just using that to kind of get a little bit of an estimate in a way. But it's obviously not the real estimate. So it's an interesting spot here for LaMelo Ball, but let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Let me know what your favorite props of the day are. But yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for today's video, man. Let's take a look at celebrity basketball. So we got some celebrity basketball on the board on prizepicks. It's going by points currently. I'm thinking Quavo, man, over 15.5. We'll see. Maybe Jack Harlow hanging out with Tyler Hero. Over 4.5 points. Probably have to screw around with this a little bit. But we got Myles Garrett too, so I'm just going to be locking down Quavo here. So Machine Gun Kelly's got a little bit of height to him. He could be pretty good. Boobie Gibson. There's a lot of funny names on here, but I don't know. This is going to be fun. I might do a little bit of... I might make a video on this for tomorrow. What is it? Today's Thursday, right? Yeah, today's Thursday, so this is happening tomorrow. So 7 o'clock. I might have to mess around with this. I think I will. Probably upload some type of video tomorrow about these, but it's gonna be kind of tough to research for. I'm not gonna do anything crazy with it, but yeah, I'll probably make some entries, play a little bit lighter on them. Obviously, I don't know much about celebrity basketball, so yeah, that's pretty much gonna do it, man. Appreciate you watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Good luck tonight. Goodbye.